Don't write YouTube. It is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Saturday evening. We are live. I hope everyone is doing well. I wanted to just sit down and record a video, and I'm in the process of rebranding my channel, and I ran into all kinds of drama. So it was pretty funny. Actually, it wasn't funny. It was crazy, but I got it. Oh, there's my thing. I got to go post these to let everybody know I'm live. Mr. Bean is live. So bear with me for a second. If you're in the chat or you popped in, say hi. I see there's supposedly 2 people watching. So pop in and say hi. I'm going to go over here and I got to pop in another. So much going. I hope everyone's doing well. I got a little Santa in his Bermuda shorts down there, playing with a palm tree in the desert, which I think is awesome. Let me go into my email, and there's my YouTube. And let's click on that stream and mute it. Mute it, and then we're gonna share. Boop. And then we will go to Discord and let everybody know on the Discords that we are Saturday night sit and chat. Control V. Look at that, man. We got it, buddies. So we'll put that on there. I hope everyone is doing well this Saturday night. Let's go to the socials here, and I'm a little annoyed with Facebook right now. I'll tell you that. My ear trumpet. What's up, dude? It's the best name ever. You've been in the stream before a couple of times, so I appreciate it. Let's go to socials. Let's go to Discover. Blue Sky. I gotta put a notification out there. New post. Let me get this all posted here because I can't multitask. I'm big and dumb. Not so big anymore. I'm losing a lot of weight. So down to 240 pounds, guys. It's awesome. Let's see if Facebook is still being stupid. Wouldn't let me. I can't post multiple times. Or I don't know what's going on with Facebook. They're stupid. Every time I try to post my videos to other channels, which I have permission to post, I usually reach out to the Facebook channel and say, hey, I want to, I'm a YouTuber. I posted it. It's usually relevant to whatever's going on your channel. Can I post? And 9 out of 10 times they're like, yeah. Some of them are like, well, and I said, well, you can hold it and, and then look at it. And if you don't think it meets your criteria, you don't have to let it allow. And they're like, okay. And now I'm getting all these stupid messages from Facebook saying Facebook limits how many times you can post a day. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't post that. I post like once, maybe twice a week. Let's see if it lets me. Here, I'm going to try here on Mr. Gooey's page. Let's see if it takes it. Yep, we limit how often you can post. We'll post it anyway. So it's stupid. So I can't put, I don't know why it's not working. It's downright stupid. It's so stupid. Anyway, I'm so done with Facebook. And I see the chats are going there, so I don't really need to keep this running because it's just confusing me. So yeah, so that's my drama with Facebook. Let me make it big. I like it. So hold on one second, guys. All right, that's enough with that die, right? Because you're gonna run it out the battery, and I can't recharge it. Once that battery dies, it's dead. I can't use it anymore. So you can play with that one though, because I can recharge that one all I want. So if you follow the channel, you know I've been on a Palladium kick again. It's it's a love-hate relationship. The new guy over at Palladium, oops, I'm messing up my microphone here. The new guy over at Palladium is really Damn it. I'm getting my ass kicked here, guys. It's not pretty. Too many cables. Run a YouTube channel, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Fun my ass. Actually, that's fun. I enjoy chatting with you guys. You guys are awesome. Alrighty, let's see here. How's everybody doing? We're down to one person, so I guess maybe ear trumpet left. Sorry. Or maybe he's still there. I don't know. So yeah, I see my little Santa down there. I think that's pretty cool. Can I? Oh, I can do it big, but then I can't see the chat. So I got to do that. All right. So I posted the link on my Blue Sky, and I posted it on my Facebook channel, and I posted it on my Discord because Facebook's being stupid and won't let me post. You're still around. Oh, now it says 2. Okay. You know what? I'm wondering if maybe if you don't post enough or whatever, it spazzes out. I don't know. I don't know how this crap works. I'm in the midst of changing the brand for the channel because I'm trying to de-Googlefy my life. I'm so fed up with Google, it's not even funny. I got dicked out of about $1,500 or $2,000. I upgraded to the new Pixel 10. And I was trying to clean up some security settings, and I accidentally closed my account. And I mean, I immediately reopened it. I mean, it was less than 30 minutes. And so then I got on the phone and I called Google support for the Pixel because I was under a plan and yada, yada, yada. And in order to get my discount and rebates and everything for the Pixel Watch and for the phone, here's my Pixel Watch, which I do like. This is the Pixel Watch 3, and I'm very happy with it. And the price has really dropped. But anyway, long story short, when I re-enabled my account, I chose the plan. They don't offer the plan I had anymore. I was grandfathered into this plan. They don't offer that plan anymore. And because I closed my account, I invalidated my plan. And so I had to choose their new basic plan. So and it was the only option. So I did. And everything seemed fine. I was back up and working in under 30 minutes. My phone was working, everything was fine. And then all of a sudden I started getting all these messages. You've invalidated your account, you didn't meet the terms and conditions, and then they immediately charged my credit card. Now, thank God I have good credit and everything was good. And I was able to pay for the phone, and it's not a financial detriment, but if I can charge $1,500 with no interest, why would I pay interest on it if I don't have to? And when you find, those that don't know, when you finance a phone with Pixel or Google, there's no interest. You just pay the monthly payment for the phone, and you're good to go. So I have good credit with Pixel. I've been with them since the beginning. So it's been well over, I think it's almost 11 years since Google Fi has been out. And they don't even call it Google Fi now. I think it's just Google Cellular or whatever, or maybe it still is Fi. I'm not sure. But anyway, long story short, since I invalidated my account completely accidentally, and I will admit it was my fault. I screwed up, but I called them. I tried to make it right. I tried to do everything I could to get everything back. And then I'm talking with them, and they're like, sorry, you're screwed. I mean, just no empathy whatsoever. I've been with Google Fi. I've been with Google. My email address is jpolak@gmail.com. Nobody can get their name unless they've got a really off the wall name. You can't get your first initial last name anymore on Google. It's if I was trying to create J Polak now, it would be J Polak 1077 or something like that. You can't just get your name because they're all taken, right? God forbid you have a name like Smith or an even more common name like Washington or anything like that. You're just totally screwed. So anyway, long story short, they dicked me over about $2,100, and so I was like, screw you. And so I canceled all my Google stuff. So the only thing, I had YouTube TV, I have YouTube Premium, I had obviously Gmail and everything. I've switched to Proton, and I'm way happier. I don't get all these stupid adverts and ads and everything in my email because Google's trying to subsidize. I'm just so done with Google. They used to be a great company. They used to mean a lot. They used to care about their people. And now you're just a number. And I get it. I mean, it's business, but I don't have to support that. That's the bottom line. Sorry, my buddy Brian just texted me and he said, "Hey, there's a new RPG called Heavy Gear." Brian and I met years ago. Over, I'd put a post in the local game store down in California uh, for Heavy Gear, and here's the funny part: we've known each other for over 20 years. We've never played Heavy Gear together. So Brian had just moved to California from Connecticut, and so he was looking for fellow gamers and stuff. And back then there was no internet or anything like that, so you would go to your local game store and you would put up a 3x5 card or a post-it note or a business card, say looking for gamers, looking for players, yada yada yada, and you would do that. And it's just one of those things that it's a running joke. And so Heavy Gear 4th edition is finally out. So he said to me, he said, "Hey, 30 years. Wow. It's been 30 years, excuse me, 30 years, and that joke still ain't old." I'm sending him a message. We'll go look at it. If he's able to send me a link, we'll go look at it. I'll put it up here on the interwebs. My ear trumpet, how you doing, my buddy? I don't remember. Did you join the Discord? Are you under a different name on my Discord? I know you pop into my videos when I'm posting them because you can't forget that name. That is the most awesomest name ever. But anyway, I wanted to get back to fuck Google, I guess is the bottom line I'm saying. And so I've gone on to Proton Mail, and yeah, it is pay for, but you know what? It's secure end-to-end endpoint encryption. There's 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 no ads or anything, stuff like that. So, oh, he said just an ad he saw on the socials. Um, so yeah, and like I said, I reached out and tried to get a hold of a manager and explain to them, and he said, "Let me Discord." Yeah, are you on? Oh, you're not in my Discord? Oh, well, dude, you should join my Discord. We talk about games all. In fact, that's all we talk about. We talk about computer games and we talk about board games. Not so much board games, but I have the Borderlands board game, which I absolutely adore. It's one of my favorite. I don't have. I think I own two board games. I own Conan. Uh, what is it? It's just called Conan by Monolith Games. I know they recently re-released it or redid it or whatever, and they're also doing the tabletop RPG, but I have no interest in it. I have pretty much everything I need for Conan from Modiphius, and I've run that several times, and I think Conan from Modiphius is awesome. Let's see. This light is really bright. I'm gonna turn that light off. Bothering my eyes. So anyway, I talked to a manager at Google, and they basically were like, "Sorry, we can't." I'm like, "Really? Over 11 years, you're gonna lose a longtime customer over something as piddly as $2,000 for a company that." And he was like, "Oh, sorry." And they wouldn't even call me. They wouldn't even talk to me. So anyway, I was like, "Fine, then I'm going to close all my Google accounts and you can kiss my ass." And so I have done that, and I'm in the process of rebranding my YouTube channel, and I'm just waiting. I have to wait 7 days, which I think that 7 days is up, which is why I had a hard time getting the stream going tonight. So my channel is moving from Mr. Mean Speaks to Mr. Mean Speaks, but the contact email and everything will be under Proton, jpolak@proton.me or pm.me. If you want my ear trumpet, I can put a link to my Discord in the channel. You can also grab it from any of my videos if you follow my YouTube channel, but let me know. I should probably put a link in there anyway. That would be, I got a member here. My ear trumpet. Look at that already, dude. Awesome. I was invited through YouTube. Nice. Excellent. Well, I'm just going to approve that. Guy seems a little sus, but we'll approve him anyway. Yeah, I'll do this for invites. Boop. I'm just having a day, guys. Having a day. Super cold here in Duluth. It was -11 today. Although earlier in the week it was -16. So it can get I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to minimize that. And I'm going to put it down here. Boop. Who seems a bit too eager? Me, I'm always eager, man. I'm almost 60 and I'm just full of energy. I'm one of those guys, but I did take like a 4-hour nap today. Oh my god, it was so good. It was cold out. We went to go eat. We went to the local casino in Cloquet, Minnesota. It's about 20 minutes south of us. We went there and we ate. Oh, that's right. You're in Australia. It's summer there. Oh, you lucky bastard. Yeah, but then it's also the land of everything's trying to eat you. I love seeing the videos of those giant spiders that are in people's houses. I don't know what kind. I guess they're poisonous, but they're not very aggressive, but they're huge. And they're always trying to see the people put a cup over it and it jumps at it in the camera. Those are hilarious. I'm like, just kill the damn thing. You know, oh, you are sus. If you're from Australia, I have a friend, a publisher for Pickpocket Press, who's also out of Australia. Steve Grozowski. I can never say his last name. He is the designer and writer behind Pickpocket Press, which, if you haven't checked that game out, you should. It's amazing. It's also one of my favorite games, and I think the cards. Yeah, the cards are up there. The cards and the fate dice. Unless you are Steve and you're just messing with me, which could be. Who knows? I'm easy to mess with. But other than that, so that's my rant about Google. They can kiss my ass. I'm done with them. The only thing I maintain, because there's just no way around it, is Google or YouTube Premium, because I hate commercials. So I don't want to watch my YouTube with commercials. The huntsmen aren't poisonous, just scary. Okay, yeah, it's a huntsman spider. Those things are huge. Sorry if I keep looking this way from the camera. The chat is over here and I can't move it. There's no way to pop it out. I'm using StreamYard. Pardon my messy background. I normally put my Critical Role blanket over my giant bean bag. I love that thing. My TV is right here. And this is my man cave. It's also where I work. I work right here from this spot. So I do IT. Huntsman spiders are cool. I've watched a couple of videos on them, so I really dig them. I like spider. I'm a big spider guy. I like spiders. I don't kill spiders in my house, but in Minnesota, we don't have too many indigenous insects that survive the winter. So we do get daddy long legs. We get wolf spiders. I never kill those. Wolf spiders are very helpful and they eat bugs. And then of course we have dragonflies up here because we have mosquitoes, really bad mosquitoes, and they spray. I live kind of on the edge of the city and the country. It's like once you go past my house, you start getting into the country. And so I have two neighbors, one to the left of me as you're looking at my front door and one behind me. And that's it. There's nobody else for a couple of blocks around. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I can piss off my back porch and nobody will complain. I hope. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but I will. And I have a big hot tub in my backyard, so right off my patio, and my Blackstone. I love my Blackstone. So once summertime comes, I'm going to start smash burgers and Philly cheesesteaks for the guys. We didn't do it last year, and I don't know why. It was dumb. We should have. But anyway, back to gaming. Anyway, my ear trumpet. Thanks for hanging out with me, dude. I appreciate you catching me. What time is it there? Is it super early or super late? It is currently 8 o'clock. 8:06 right now. I don't have my contacts in. I woke up from a nap and decided I probably wasn't going to be up long, and so I was going to put my glasses on. So I have my glasses down here, but I'm not wearing them. They're dark, and I can't read the screen anyway. The prescription's bad. Queensland. I'm afraid. Oh, you know what? I gotta put the questions in the stream. Let's see. Show comments on stage. There we go. Boop. There we go. It's covering up Santa, but that's okay. I'm really starting to Jones on StreamYard. Oh, Sunday afternoon. That's right, because you're a day ahead. Time travel. You're talking to the past, dude. How does it feel? I'm such a dork. I hope everyone's doing well. We got someone joined the stream and then left again. Oh well, piss on them. I'm feisty today, man. I had a good nap. I slept like a baby. I was gone, man. And we went to lunch, which was brunch. We had breakfast and lunch, and we rolled out to the local casino. And then as we were going to go, there's a little local meat a butcher shop here called B&B Meats in Cloquet. We're in Duluth, on the outskirts of Duluth. We're technically in Duluth Heights, which is an old town subdivision of Duluth. And we were going to go to B&B and Aldi. Aldi is a little grocery store that we really like, and they have one in Cloquet. So we were going to go hit Aldi, and then from Aldi go up to B&B Meats. They're on the same street, just B&B Meats a little further down. So anyway, we come out of the buffet, the breakfast, the casino, and a freaking gust of wind just tore through, and it hit my wife and my kid. My son, for those that don't know, he's autistic, and so sensory issues are a big thing for him. And so that wind hit him, and he was like, "Nope, let's go. Time to go." He's done. And then, of course, it chilled my wife to the bone. It was it was a really probably 40-mile-an-hour wind. Maybe not 40, maybe 30, 25 to 30 mile an hour wind. It just blew up snow and, and everything. And yeah, it froze her. And so she's like, "Nope, we're going home and we're taking a nap. We're getting in bed and we're getting warm. I'm done. Screw the errands. We're not going anywhere." So we didn't run any of our errands today. So hopefully tomorrow won't be as cold and we can go get some of our errands done. But yeah, so I had a lovely nap, went down about, I think, 2:00, 1:30ish, 2:00, and slept until 5. So yeah, I had a good nap. So if you're in the stream there, pop in and say hi. I love to give a shout out to everybody in the stream. But as I said, we're going to talk about some gaming, and tonight I wanted to chit chat about Palladium Games, because next Saturday, a week from tonight, my home game that I run here in the house, I'll be running Palladium Superheroes. I was fortunate enough years ago to pick up the revised second edition in this special hardback cover, special collector's edition, a complete role-playing game. And it's nice because this is number 209 of 600. It's actually signed by Kevin. And then some of the pages on the inside are signed by, I think Wayne Bro signed it, George Perez, Wayne Scott Johnson signed it, and then Raymond Perez signed it, right? Raymond Perez, another artist. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I need to go to another con that they're going to be at and see if I can get some more signatures. It's in relatively good shape. But I need to order another copy of the core book so that I'm not using this one. Problem is, years ago I put these labels in there, book tabs, and they're gooey, sticky, and they tear the page if you try to tear them out, which is why they're still there. I wish I could take them out because I love to keep my books pristine, and I didn't realize that it was going to tear until after I'd already put it in. So yeah, that was a big dumb move there on my part, but oh well. So anyway, I'm running Palladium Superheroes. First session is next Saturday, a week from tonight. I let them, they're all working on their characters, hopefully as we speak, because I told them I want to go into next Saturday's session. I want to start playing as soon as everybody gets there. So I want to ensure that everybody's got their character made and that we're not sitting there for an hour futzing over characters and stuff. So I'm going to have to reiterate to them. I mean, we all have lives, we all have kids, we all have responsibilities, but you can find time. So I had to reorder. So I'm using Gramercy Island, and I'm using what's the book? Century Station. Yeah, Trumpet. Those are really good. I have I have all 3 editions of Palladium Fantasy. It's one of I will say as much hate as Palladium gets, Palladium Fantasy stands the test of time. The only thing holding that game back is they need a bestiary with the stats. It's the same problem GURPS has. GURPS gives you, as a GM, I want to be able to pick up a book, a bestiary. I want to be able to pick up a bestiary and I want to be able to flip it open and go, okay, goblins. Okay, they have 13 hit points. They have a strength of 12 and they have a dex, agility, or physical prowess of 12. I don't want to have to roll dice. I don't want to have to do the quick conversion in my head of what the average is, because that's unfortunately what Palladium does. I get why they do it, but I want something fast and quick. One of the good things is, if you've picked up over the years any of the Palladium adventures, and they've done a couple, they usually have the stats all figured out. So you don't have, oh, so the goblin strength is 2d6 plus 1. I don't need that. That doesn't help me. Now the average of 2d6 is what, 7? So plus 1 is 8. I can do that math, but I don't want to. I shouldn't have to. When you guys are publishing a book, you could make that all easy and get it done. And so that is, in my honest opinion, that's what's holding Palladium Fantasy back. Because I think Palladium Fantasy is way better than D&D. It's way better than Pathfinder, and any other fantasy genre game on the market right now. It is, and it's over 20 years old. It's stood the test of time, and it's a simple D20 game. Skills are percentages. The magic system is one of the best ones out there. And that's why they used it in Rifts. I mean, it's that good. And it's an easy system. I mean, 1 through 4 is a miss, period. With bonuses, if you roll at 1 through 4, you straight up miss. 5 up to the armor rating is a hit, but you hit the armor, damage comes off their SDC. And when the SDC, structural damage capacity, once the SDC reaches 0, the armor is trashed. Now, it doesn't mean you got to go out and buy new armor. It just means you need to get that armor repaired. It's not going to provide any more benefit. And then if you hit over the AR of the armor, then or the natural AR of a creature, if you're fighting a monster that has natural AR, if you hit above the AR, you do damage directly to the creature, to their SDC. And when they're out of SDC, then they take hit point damage. Critical hits go straight to hit points. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. It's super fast. It's a little bit of bookkeeping, but I mean, who doesn't have pen and paper at the table while they're gaming? Everybody does. Or you have a tablet, or you have a notepad, or you have a laptop, and you can open up a post-it notes type app on your tablet or your Mac or whatever, and you can keep track of your hit points. It's easy enough to do. But years ago, going back to Palladium. Yes, you are absolutely correct. It adds to the GM's cognitive load. And I don't want that. I'm at a point in my life where I'm tired, I'm grumpy, I'm old, and I just want to play. I'm almost 60. I enjoy role playing. I have an awesome local game group. I have 4 guys that are just amazing and they're fun. 3 of them are relatively new to tabletop RPGs, and one of them is a big Palladium fan. And he loves Rifts. And Rifts is too hard to run. It's too much work. But now Savage Worlds Rifts, that's a different story. So I'm waiting on my Savage Europa stuff to come in the mail. Should be sometime in the next couple of weeks, if not a little sooner. I know the ship landed and we're just waiting for the goodies. So I'll have those books added to my Savage Rifts. I did the Savage Rifts update to Suede. They were SWEX, Savage Worlds Explorers Edition, and they went to Adventures Edition. Now that's a pet peeve of mine, because they did the Kickstarter for the SWEX version of Rifts for Savage Worlds, and then right after I physically got my books, they announced Suede, and I was like, so my books are now invalidated, and I was pissed. Now we're talking a year or maybe 2 years of production time, so it wasn't that cut and dry. I mean, so I'm just annoyed that they made it invalid. So what they did do is they did release a Kickstarter, and it was a little bit cheaper, and it updated the core books to Suede. So what I did is I took my Swex books and I gave them to TJ because I knew his birthday was coming up and he loves Savage Worlds. So I gave him the Savage Worlds books, and I have a Swex rule book that I'm going to give to him too. I forgot to give it to him last week. So anyway, so he'll have everything he needs to run Savage Worlds Rifts, and then if he decides to upgrade or pay the money, which I don't think he will, he's not that big. He doesn't buy a lot of game books. He's a big Magic guy. So yeah, so I was glad to do that, and I upgraded, and so I gave him the old books, and then like I said, Europa I think is coming in, and we're going to get all those physical books. I think it's Europa. I think 2 or 3 Kickstarters coming in. I got Deadlands Lost Colony, and then Deadlands Europa, and I think there's another one that I got coming. I can't remember, but maybe not. Maybe that's all I'm waiting on. But anyway, years ago I loaned out Gramercy Island. For those that don't know, this is a sub book to Century Station. Century Station is the default setting for Palladium superheroes. It's like, basically think of it as like New York City, Manhattan, Metropolis, that kind of thing. And so this is the prison it's an island in the bay of it's called Gramercy Island. And it's a Supermax prison. And this is a great book. It has so many NPCs in here, and it gives you their stats. And there's quite a few. So the good part is I'm starting my players at level 3, and then we're gonna go from there. So this is a great book. If you're into superheroes and you're looking for, even if you don't like Palladium systems, which I have a ton of Palladium books that I don't use their system. I just steal from their books, right? Because they're good source books. It's like GURPS. Every longtime gamer has a couple of GURPS books in their library because GURPS books are solid and they do their research. So anyway, Gramercy Island is a Supermax penitentiary. It was a normal prison, and then they retrofitted it and they made it into a Supermax prison for supers, because we're playing in a world of superheroes. So we're playing in modern day Earth on an alternate reality that has Gramercy Island and Century Station in it. So this is a must-have book for a GM, if nothing else, for all the NPCs and bad guys in here. And you can use a hero as a villain. It's your world. You can do what you want. But there is just a plethora of villains and good guys in here. So this is I had to reorder it. I bought a used copy off of Amazon. It came within a couple of days, and it's actually in pretty good shape. It's a little dinged on the corners, but it's solid. It's in good. I don't feel bad. I paid, I think, $20 for it. So, and there's no marking, no writing on the inside, and it's in really good shape. A little wear and tear on the corners and stuff, but it's in good shape. So happy to have it in my collection. When I missed it, I did it like a Christmas. I didn't do the Palladium Christmas grab bag because I have a lot of Palladium books. So I didn't want to take a chance of getting duplicates that I already owned. And so what I did is, they were having a big sale. They were on a 50% off sale. So I got $200 worth of books for under $100, and that included shipping. So the first thing I got was the Rifts Bestiary. Now, this came out when did this come out? These are all in pristine condition, brand new, straight from Palladium. This came out in July of 2019. And then I love, because on the back it says coming in volume 2, so much more, and it's a whole bunch of stuff. The Glitcher, the Javelin Beetle, and the Jundithar, which looks very nasty and is tearing people apart. So yeah, that's probably not good. But it's like 256 pages of monster goodness. The problem with this is this book is almost useless to me, because every stat it gives is attributes. IQ 1d6 plus 9. So again, when my ear trumpet was saying GM cognitive load, this is my problem. If I want to use a falcon, a carnivore falcon, and it's called a Covenant Falcon. It's a carnivore and PPE vampire. So it's a Rifts creature that came to Earth. They're kind of on the good side, and a lot of like ranger type characters and things like that, get one of these guys. And it has some decent MDC and stuff. It's also known as a demon slaying falcon, a bonding falcon, and a falcon's friend. Uh, the alignment is unusual. Most of these predators are principled. Some are scrupulous, unprincipled, and anarchist, and partner with humanoids of compatible alignment. So it just depends on how you're playing your character. You might find one, but it becomes a companion, and it feeds off of your PPE, which is, for those that don't know, is potential psychic energy. It also feeds off your blood, but you don't have to give it blood like once a week, and you don't even have to give it your blood. You can give it the blood of your enemies, but it also likes to hang out close by when you kill things, because when things in the Palladium world die, they give off a surge of PPE, and when they do, these things get to draw on it. So anyway, but I got to figure out all these stats. Now, all of its abilities and everything is fine. The SDC, the MDC, and all that stuff is fine. But its attributes, I got to figure them out. All its skills and everything, I think it does. Well, like a bird's probably not going to have very many skills. Let's see if it's listing any skills. But it can sense evil. It's a cool bird. There's a cool picture of it too. It's I don't know how well you can see. Oh yeah, I can see it pretty good. So that's it right there. Cormorant. Covenant Falcon. So pretty cool. And the art in here is fantastic. So but again, I got to do a lot of work if I want to use anything out of here in my Heroes Unlimited game or my Rifts game. If I ran Rifts once, and I love Palladium, don't get me wrong, but I have a love-hate with them, and the hate is the way they do their books, and they won't update their system. But I get it. I get why they don't. Then and like I said, I did a grab bag, or didn't do a grab bag. I ordered books that I knew I didn't have. I went down to my collection down there, and I looked at books that I didn't have. So Secrets of the Coalition States, Heroes of Humanity. Palladium Books presents a Rift Coalition Wars source book. I thought I had all, because I have all 6 of the Coalition books, but I don't have this one. Why is this one blocked out? Oh, I don't know why I did that one. Oh, you can do that for any of these. That's cool. I see there's a couple more people in the stream. Pop in and say hi. Let me give you a shout out. But anyway, I didn't have Heroes of Humanity. And what's cool about this book is if you want to play the Coalition, you can. So if you wanted to have a whole Coalition team, there are some Coalition in the core Rifts book, but you can also there's more OCCs and RCCs in here. CS juicers, electro shield weapon arm. I mean, there's all kinds of cool shit in here. I mean, this is just a great source book for Rifts and for the Coalition if you're a Coalition fan. So totally Jones that. And then this one I didn't even know was out. When was this published? This was published 2025 special print. First printing was 2018. So Rifts World Book number 36, Sovietsky. So this is Russia. I believe I have Warlords of Russia. I'm not sure. I have to go check. I think I do, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I know I have Canada because that's a cool source book as well. But yeah, what's really cool is this is just for Soviet Russia. It's super cool. Now, if you have Warlords of Russia, this adds on to it. And but yeah, lots of cool mechs, lots of cool OCCs, powered armor, survival for winter stuff, winter gear and stuff. Really cool source book for players and GMs. Bunch of monsters, bunch of different OCCs, occupational character classes, and RCCs, racial character classes. So yeah, just really cool stuff. The art is phenomenal in here. Really well done. Just super cool stuff. Very happy to see this. And I didn't have it. So, and like I said, if I don't have Warlords of Russia, I'll probably order it. I think they do a summer sale. And then 2 more books that I knew I didn't have. I had one of them. There's 3 of them, but it's the adventure source books. The adventure source book for Cheetown Burbs, the Black Vault. This is an adventure and setting information for Cheetown. There is a thing called the Black Vault, which is where the Coalition stores all of its super duper magical they don't want out in the world. Excuse me. And then G-Town Burbs, Firetown, and Tokeen Crisis. 2 adventures in here with a bunch of NPCs and a bunch of stuff in here that would be. There's like little miniature adventures and stuff. Kind of like if you know Palladium Fantasy, it'd be like their hook, line, and sinkers, but a little more fleshed out. Not by much, though. But still, yeah, 2 full adventures and then a bunch of other miscellaneous information. So pretty excited to have these. The art is super cool. And so I figured I would add these. They were cheap enough. They were half off. So these are normally, this one was $13.99 and I got it for like $7 or $8. And then this one was $16.99. I got it for $8. So yeah, half off of these. So, and like I said, just good information. If you're looking for a quick adventure and you don't know what to do, I typically, when I'm GMing, if I'm not running like a super long campaign where I have a plot synopsis and everything, I will go to something like this, an adventure or a splat book for another game that's in somewhat the similar genre, and I will use it to mine it for adventures. So that's what I do. So, what else is going on? I'm relying on you guys. Yeah, there's 4 people in the stream. If you're new to the stream, pop in and say hi, please. Let me know you're watching. Say howdy doody do. There's the referral link to anybody that needs it for my Discord channel where we talk about RPGs. We play RPGs. I do have a Patreon. I also have a Ko-Fi. It's -8 right now, kids. Yeah, 2 degrees in Duluth Heights, which is where 7 degrees warmer than today, tomorrow. Chthonian Musings 188. Greetings, Chthonian Musings. That's a pretty good name, sir. I like that. Welcome to the stream. Are you on my Discord? Do you go by a different name on Discord? Are you just new to the stream and want to check out? We're just talking about gaming in general. So if there's anything you want to talk about, shoot me. Wait, that didn't come out right. Put a note in the chat there and we'll talk about it. I was just going over some of the Palladium swag that I got for Christmas. New to the stream. Well, welcome, good sir or ma'am. There's a Discord link right above there, the 2 messages above your current one. You can probably see it on the stream, and this will go up on my YouTube channel after I finish hitting record. The nice thing about streaming directly to YouTube is it does it almost immediately. You know what I didn't think to do? Oh, I can go here. I didn't realize I could do a YouTube Shorts real quick. I'm getting dinged on YouTube because my main channel doesn't have any shorts. So you get yelled at if you don't. You got to play the game, you know. Did it copy the whole thing? No. So bear with me 1 second. I'm going to copy. And then I'm going to go to my camera here. Put everybody in here on blast. All right, YouTube, this is Mr. Mean. We are streaming live right now, as you can see behind me. Link will be in the notes there. Otherwise, have a great day. Peace, love, and happiness. And remember, Mr. Mean says, be nice. All right. So the nice part is I can turn that into a stream, which will be cool. I gotta switch accounts. So yeah, we're on our way to almost 1,600 subscribers. So if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do it. It would be awesome to hit that 1,600 mark before the new year. I think that would be amazing. All right, YouTube, this is Mr. Mean. We are streaming live right. All right, so we're going to do that. It's going to take a minute. And that'll be count as one of my shorts. You got to do, I think, 2 or 3 shorts. All right, YouTube, this is Mr. Mean. We are streaming. Sorry for the audio mix up there. We're going to put this in here and see if it lets us do it. Oh, it's got to be shorter. All right, let me do it. Woohoo! Awesome. Yeah, YouTube is becoming, they're really making it hard for small channels, but it is what it is. Yeah, they want to be TikTok. I don't do TikTok. I shouldn't say I don't. What I do is I watch them through Facebook. So I don't have a TikTok account. It's not my jam. But yeah, I do it. I do it this way. So I watch them. Some of them funny. I hate the AI crap. Like you see the alligator, or what was it? One was it was a baby. Yeah, it was a baby, and a bald eagle flew in the try, and then the dog jumped up and you could tow it. It was totally AI. So oh no. Yeah. So it's uploading. So at least I'll get a short out of it. So thank you guys for participating. I assume Cathon Musings 188, is that supposed to be Chthonian? Is that kind of like a Cthulhu type reference? Again, if you're in the chat there, if you're watching the stream, pop in and say hi. It means a lot. We haven't had more than 4. We don't get a lot. We would get more exposure if Facebook would let me post, but evidently I've been posting too much on Facebook. I don't understand how that all works. I wish there was an alternative to Facebook. I really do. And there's not. I was a big fan of G Plus back in the day, but then they did away with that because Google was losing money because people were using it. And they, excuse me, the way they were losing money is they couldn't find a way to monetize it. I think if they redid it now, the technology is advanced enough they could monetize it, but I'm not supporting them anyway. So what else is new, guys? You see, do I have, speaking of supers, let's go to put this up on the screen. We can see if anybody knows about this. Let me see. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. King of Ashes. Oh, it's not. All right, I gotta go. Bear with me a second. I gotta pull up a PDF. Rusted Crown. That's the fantasy one. We don't want that. Stop stuff. Let's see here. Nope. All right. So it's in my. We're having a time here today, boys and girls. My drive is not showing. My Proton drive. I'm missing. But you know what? It's just easier instead of fighting with this. I'll just go to the website and I'll re-download it. I have I'll go to DriveThruRPG. There we go. And we will re-download from my library. Outgun Superheroes. English PDF. There we go. Let's download that. Save. I gotta say, little disappointed in DriveThru as well. I do have a DriveThru affiliate link, so if you go to any of my videos, you can click on it in there, and it does help the channel. I get a couple of bucks a couple pennies. I shouldn't say bucks. I get a couple of pennies in my account, which does help, believe it or not. Let me go back here to StreamYard, and what we're gonna do as we can close that. Boop. What we're going to do is we will share a screen. And we will share that. Boom. And we will add it to the stage. There we go. So, this is even. I backed on Kickstarter. I backed Outgunned Superheroes. Now, I'm not a big fan. If you follow the channel for any amount of time, you know I'm not a big D6 games that use pools of D6s. And that's not to say that I don't like D6 games. I do. And I have a number of games that use D6, like the Black Iron, one of my favorite ones. Savage Worlds, but that's not a straight D6. What's a straight D6 system? Oh, Fantasy Age by Green Ronin. Straight D6, 3D6. So there's a couple of D6 systems that I really like. But this one really grabbed me. It's by Two Little Mice, I believe is the name of the company. And they did a Kickstarter, which I went all in on. So I'm getting, I think I'm at one of the top tier pledges. I don't remember which one. We got 5 people on the stream now. Remember, if you pop in the stream, pop in and say hi, leave a comment. We're just talking about superhero games right now and gaming in general. It's Saturday night sit and chat. We'll talk about whatever you want. If you want to talk about something that's gaming related, pop it in the channel there and we'll talk about it. But anyway, one of the 2 stretch goals they had was 2 adventures. I've already got the first adventure. Or wait, did I get the first adventure? No, I got the beta. And it's already at like 300 and something pages or something like that. It's pretty big. It's going to be a chunky book, and they're editing it and cleaning it up. But they sent out Mission Dossier, which is King of Ashes, which is an adventure, a 3-shot campaign for Outgunned Superheroes. And I will be running this. I would like to stream this. Maybe I might try to stream it online through my channel. But yeah, I will say the presentation copy. Presentation and the layout of everything they've been doing so far is top notch. Only you can save the world from being turned to ashes. Good luck. I love that. I think that's funny. Two Little Mice. Yeah, that's the name of the company. Ricardo and Simone, or Simon, I guess. They are super energetic, super fun to watch. If you watch it, they have a very popular game which I have not played called Outgun, and it's like modern day, like Die Hard, and all those type of genres, Bad Boys, all that stuff. So this is their superhero one, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. So we're at 56 pages. Under Attack, Out of Time, and Heavy as the Crown. And then the end of page 56. So I don't want to go through too much of this because I don't want to give away any spoilers. This is to backers, but it's just the presentation quality is really well done. They give you a list of, I think there's 6 pre-generated characters, which are the iconic characters from the book. So if you watch any of the videos or you watch the any of the Kickstarter videos and stuff, you'll recognize those characters, and they make no bones that they are blatantly ripping off Marvel and DC hero concepts. There's a female Wolverine. She's got 2 claws coming up. She's standing there like that, and she looks like a badass. There's a female and a male Iron Man type character. I think it's concept art. I'm not kind of sure which way they're going, but they both look the same, but one's a female and then one's a straight up Tony Stark. But if you remember, Pepper Potts puts on the Iron Man armor there for a while. So you can go either way. I think it's really cool. They've got their Superman type character, and they've got Flash type. They're blatant ripoffs from Marvel and DC, but they made it very clear in the Kickstarter promo videos or the launch to the Kickstarter videos that they did. Their marketing is top notch. They did a really great job. They made it very clear that we love comic books and we love Marvel and DC and we love all superheroes. So you can see it. And so they have all these different types of not ancestries, but basically character classes that you can play. So you can play the rich bowman or the private eye, Batman, and they have all those type of characters. So it's really cool to see, and I'm very excited for it. And I think it's going to be shipping first quarter. I think Q1 of 2026. So it's literally right around the corner. So I'm very excited. I'll do an unboxing video and everything when it comes in. Same thing for my Rift stuff, and same thing for Lost Colony. I'll do that as well. That's the other one I have. I have Lost Colony. I have Rifts Lost Colony, and I have Rifts Europa. I think it's Europa. Whatever the latest Kickstarter. I got a tickle in my throat, guys. I'm sorry. The weather is so dry here right now. It's brutal. And I've got forced heating, central air, and it just dries me out, man. It's brutal. I got a humidifier in the bedroom because I wake up coughing in the middle of the night. But anyway, I missed the Outgunned games when they first came out. I never knew anything about Two Little Mice. I started seeing all these ads and everything, and so then I don't remember if somebody put it in on the Discord group, which is another good reason to join the Discord, because we're always posting different Kickstarters and stuff. We also have a number of indie publishers on my channel that are very active in the channel. So definitely Jason from Earl of Fife Games, if you like Heroes and Hardships. Brandon Voorhees from Star Anvil Studios. Wiki Snapper from Projects. Man, words are hard, guys. Project Sunflower. There we go. And then a bunch of, we just have a bunch of guys. The guys from, I'm drawing mind farts here, guys. I'm sorry. I just can't keep up. I want to say Castles and Crusades, but not Castles, although I'm a huge Castles and Crusades fan. Chivalry and Sorcery. Stephen, what's the man? I can't think of his name. Stephen Turner. The mic's over here. I'm not wearing the lapel mic because it's charging. Stephen Turner from Chivalry and Sorcery is big on the channel as well. So if you're looking to publish your own game and you want some tips or you want some help, we have a help pub channel. So it's pretty hop in Discord. I'm pretty happy with it. We've got about 250 plus members, usually around 50 or 60 active at any one time. Other people come in and come out. You know how it goes. But anyway, go check out the channel, man. It's a cool channel. We like it. We're big fans. But yeah, they're this Outgunned Superheroes. I didn't know anything about it, so I thought I would take a look at it, and I watched a couple of their streaming videos and everything, and I was really impressed with just their presentation and how they did everything. And so I signed up for it, and I'm really happy with what it looks like we're going to be getting. I've been burnt out on Kickstarters. That's a whole nother argument for any given time. Let me see here. Where's my I thought I had another. Oh, maybe I closed it. Oh no, it's still open. So I'm going to close this page. I don't need it open. So, and again, we got 3 people in the chat. It keeps fluctuating a little bit. I guess word's getting out there that we're streaming. So if you're in the chat, pop in and say hi. Hopefully the audio is okay. My mic is sitting over here. It's charging. I really like the lapel mics though. It's a Rode. I don't want to knock sodas over and stuff, but yeah, it's a Rode lapel mic. These things are awesome. Not cheap, but worth the money. So yeah, I got the backed it. So yeah, you can see here if that doesn't scream Tony Stark, I mean, even down to the goatee. Come on, guys. And then there's like a Captain America, but a female version. And then we've got our brick, and then we've got our magic user. So these are all the 4 pre-generated, but look at that guy. Woo! So I don't want to go in too much because I don't want to give any spoilers. So yeah, I think we'll close it out right there. We'll be done with it. So we'll go back to the full page here. Woohoo! What do you guys want to talk about, man? It's your time. I mean, I'm just here to facilitate and chit chat. I talked about my Palladium books. I'm really excited about the superhero game. I want to run outgunned. My players, I have four, like I said, four amazing players, but they don't like switching games. They want to play a campaign, and if you can't tell, I have a few books. These are all game books, by the way. Yeah, I have quite the collection. As one of my buddies said, Library of Congress called. They want their books back. This shelf is so it's 3 shelves tall. I made this myself. It's just cinder blocks and press board. I had a bunch of extra press board at work that we had bought for a project and we weren't using it, so I got permission to use it, and so I cut it up, and then I went to Menards, which is our local like Home Depot, but it's local up here to northern Minnesota and Wisconsin. And I bought some of these bricks, yeah, so the whole thing I think out of pocket was maybe $30, and it was basically for the books, and there's shims underneath. You can't see them. It looks like a floating shelf down there at the bottom. But it's not. It's just there's small bricks underneath there as well. Some red bricks I had here in the house. But yeah, this wall goes 30 feet down the length of this hallway here. If you, not to give anybody vertigo or anything, but yeah, you can see, yeah, it goes all the way down. And then I actually got the dimensions of everything, and I have to go. I may do it tomorrow, even if if it's going to be a little bit warmer and not so freaking cold. I may go to Menards tomorrow and buy some more bricks and buy some more wood. I've got the dimensions and the measurements and everything of what I need, and I'll go to Menards and get that. And then I need to build some more shelves because I have more books, and these shelves are groaning. You can see some of them are bowing really bad, and that's 1/2-inch plyboard. It's not. It's pretty sturdy stuff, but yeah, those books are heavy. So I got to build some more shelves, and I keep collecting. I can't stop. And then all my publisher friends send me. Uh, hey, thank you, my ear trumpet. Thanks for joining the Discord, buddy. Go have fun on your grocery shopping. Enjoy your Sunday afternoon, and thank you for hanging out with me, sir. It was very very nice to chill with you. Any others in the chat there? I see we got 5 people in the stream. Pop in and say hi, please. Let me know you're in the stream and who you are, and if you're part of the Discord or part of the YouTube, just pop in and say hi. And if there's any games you want to talk about, let's talk about it, man. That's what we're here for. My ear trumpet, super cool. Shout out to him for he joined the Discord. I got the notification that he joined, so I added him. You do have to answer 2 simple questions before you can join, and if you just leave them blank, I don't add you. So it's a way to just keep the bots out. There's been a lot of spam bots on Discord lately, or you get the starving artists, which are really scams. You know, they're trying to you'll get the I'm a starving artist, finding it really hard. You get the sob story first, trying really hard to make ends meet, can't afford my rent, if you could help out how some of my art. But every time you ask them for their portfolio or a link to their artist store, they well, I just I can't afford the uploading or whatever. There's so many free sites right now. I mean, so it's just a scam. They're just trying to get money out of you, playing a sympathy card. So I block those guys. If you're a legitimate artist, why don't you post some pictures of your art that are verifiable of your art, and then reach out and say, hey, I'm a starving artist, I need help. I would have much more sympathy for you and may even support you. But as it stands, the way they're doing it now, I don't have anything. I don't have any support for them. So 4 people in the chat. What do you guys want to talk about, man? It's up to you guys. You're not on camera, just your words. My beard, I gotta trim my beard, guys. It's going. I'm looking like a wild man. I gotta trim the bottom up here. I'm going to trim it down to about half and bring it to about right there and get rid of the last 1.5, 2 inches. So I'm excited to run Palladium Superheroes. Next weekend is my first session. We had a session 0. It was so funny because we rolled, everybody's a mutant. The problem with Palladium Superheroes is when you make random heroes, you can have a guy with 1 minor psychic power, and then you can have a guy with 3 major superpowers or 3 minor you can run the gamut, and it really leans to non-balanced games in it. So one player's just sitting there twiddling his thumb because his minor psychic power is supernumerate. Ooh, well, hey, while the guy would flight and the guy with laser beams out of his eyes are kicking ass and taking names, and the guy with super strength is lifting cars, this guy can balance your checkbook in 2 seconds. It's not a lot of fun. So I made everybody a mutant, and they rolled on the mutant table. There's a random table that you can roll on. So we rolled on the mutant table, and everybody got cool powers. And then we rolled on for the source of their powers. And I think everybody got some form of radiation. So my background for this is, since there's 4 players and they all have radiation based, they got their powers from exposure to radiation. My genius is that they all worked at the Gramercy Island Nuclear Facility, or GINF. And there was an incident, and they were all exposed. And so we're going to pick up, and they're 3rd level, so they've had their powers for a little while, so they kind of know what their powers are. And it makes them just a little more capable because they get some bonuses to skills and things like that at 3rd level. It's nothing outrageous, but it's going to give them a +1 to hit and a +1 to dodge and parry, I think. And I don't think anybody will get an extra attack, but they should all have anywhere from 3 to 5 attacks starting out. But the cool part is, and what I'm enjoying about it is, we're going to have this session 1 where they're going to all be, we're going to start in the nuclear power plant when the incident goes down, and they get exposed to radiation, and then they'll wake up in the hospital, and we'll narrate it, and it'll be a little bit role playing back and forth. The downside to my group is they're not big role players. They want to just kick in the door, kill the monster, take their treasure, move to the next room, which there's nothing wrong with that style of play. But I'm more of a narrative GM. I want a story. I want to do all that stuff. Oh, great question there, Chthonian Musings 188. And thanks for watching the Daggerheart videos. We just finished up our Daggerheart campaign. I think we played for about close to 6 months. We played as soon as it was publicly released. I bought the book immediately when I saw it was released. So we played pretty much from the beginning of the public release until last weekend. We finished up last weekend. Gear. It's a heavily narrated game. So gear, the only gear that you need to bookkeep is stamina potions and health potions. Other than that, and then their weapons and their gear, their armor, the armor is going to take care of itself between short and long rest. The potions, you can give them out like candy if need be, if you're running a lethal game and you want them to have it depends on your style of jamming. I run a pretty lethal game, so I made sure that they had plenty of potions. And then one of my players, TJ, was a sorcerer, and he had the alchemy background. And so, his backstory was he was working as an apprentice for his master, and he blew up the lab because he didn't pay attention. He didn't do everything he was supposed to do. And so he blew up and he killed his master. And so he is set out to adventure, and kind of everything he does is in his master's name to bring honor, to show that, hey, I'm not a screw up. But he kind of, in the course of that, became an alchemist. And so I forgot what page it's on. Look in the core book, but there is treasure, there's loot, and it's basically, and this is pretty slick how they do it. You roll a d12 based on what the quality of the loot that you want them to get. So you can always let them, like, I think, so 1 d12 is basic entry-level loot. It's low stuff. It's usually potions or one-use items or 1 or 2 use items. 2d12 slightly better. 3d12 is pretty good. 4d12 is awesome. 5d12 is where you get the mega awesome shit. You get the magic swords and the magic armor and yada yada yada. So look at that real set, and you can just pick off of that. You don't have to make. I like my players, and I like the random rolling, and so I was letting them roll. I think for our first adventure, we rolled 2d12. So I let them come out of the gate pretty hard. And then as we finished up playing tier 2 level 3. Everybody got leveled up to tier 2 level 3. And then we ended the game because they liked the game, but it wasn't their favorite and they wanted to do something else. And so I pitched a superhero game and they all jumped. They decided they want to do Palladium superheroes. I kind of want to do Savage Worlds superheroes because I think that would be a fun game, but that's not what they wanted. And I want to play what the players want to play. So we went with Palladium superheroes. So as far as your first game, understand what Hope can do, understand what you can do, read the GM moves. You can do a lot of stuff with GM moves, and remember to invoke your GM moves. Don't sit on your fear. Spend it. If they're in the jungle, spend a fear for, and it's not always fear too. Don't forget uh, stress is a winner, because when the players run out of stress and they can't mark stress, they mark hit points. And if they're going through a jungle or a desert or severe winter conditions and they don't have the proper gear or they don't have the ability to handle that, like you got a desert born or an ocean born guy and he's out in the middle of the cold, or a dense jungle where he's sweating his ass off and he's wearing heavy armor, every hour have him make a test, and if he fails, he burns a stress. If he critically successes, he clears a stress. So yeah, make sure you understand how to use that stuff. But the gear, I would hand wave it, dude. Don't worry about it. Give them a couple extra potions if you're feeling generous, stamina potions and health potions. They only do 1d4 plus your proficiency. So it's not a game changer, but it can be a lot, because if you have like a wizard who has low hit points and low stress, that can be a difference in a game. You can kill characters really quick. So don't stress about the gear. They need a camping gear. Let them spend a hope. Or if they start out with a little bit of coin, let them just, the game's money is abstract. It's a handful of gold, a bag of gold, and a chest of gold. So it's nothing super major that you have to break down and nickel count everything. So if they start out with I think everybody starts out with a handful of gold. Let them buy a tent. Let one person buy a tent, charge them a handful of gold. Or one person can take the hit for the team and they buy all the camping gear. And then one person buys all the rations and that costs them their bag of gold. Now they're broke and destitute. They want to go adventure because they need to make money. Your job as a GM is to give them a way to make money. So that's a good thing there. So hopefully that answers your question. I don't know if you have anything. The gear is pretty self-explanatory. The armor, all that stuff is pretty solid. So you shouldn't have any questions. Do you have any other questions? Me personally, I enjoyed Daggerheart. It was my kind of game as a GM to run. I'm a very narrative GM. I like to tell a story and have the players participate. Unfortunately, my players are, like I said, kick in the door, kill the monster, and take the treasure, move on to the next room. What do I get? But I will say they did take to the game pretty well. It was pretty easy for them to pick up. It wasn't their favorite, which is why we're moving on, which I feel bad because I ordered Hope and Fear. So I'm like, damn it. But I can always run it online. I run games on playgames.com or startplayinggames.com. The problem is there's like 400, 500 Daggerheart games on there. So me as a no-name GM trying to run a game of Daggerheart on there and get players to play is going to be hard. So I'm not even going to bother. I do have a Wednesday night Daggerheart game that we play. We're on break right now for the holidays. We start back up, I think, January 7th, which is the Wednesday after New Year's, obviously, is our next session. And they just leveled up to level 2. I think tier 2, level 3. I think, or did they may have just hit level tier 2? I can't remember. I have to go back and look at my notes. But yeah, that's a fun game. We're playing in the Wither Wilds, and we're having a lot of fun with that. So, are you using a specific setting, a specific one of their environments? Are you using the Wither Wild? Are you using Umbra? Or what is it? The giant one? I forgot what it's called. They got like 5 default settings in the game. I'm really hoping after we saw the Dispatch Daggerheart game that we'll see a superhero setting for Daggerheart. can't. Although it wouldn't be hard to do in the game as it is, but it would have be takes a little bit of tweaking. But I would love to see a superhero supplement for Daggerheart because I think that would be a good game. The player, I will say, feedback. My players really liked the Hope and Fear dice, the duality dice. They did like that. It felt awesome when you get a critical. Oh, very cool. All right, Elven Sylvian setting. Nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah, so make sure you I'm not trying to tell you how, I'm just giving it some ideas here from a almost 40-year veteran of GMing. Uh, Write up some environment details so that you can have the players roll. And kind of like Umbra does it, Witherwild does it. Witherwild has an option in there where if the players take a critical hit, they get a token, and at the end of the night they have to make a roll. And if it's above or depending on how the roll comes out, they either clear those tokens or they take like a permanent wound. So have something like that so that your world has meaning, so they're not just traipsing through their on their own. And I forgot to do that in my game, my home game, but I was kind of running my own setting, kind of, sort of in the Witherwild, but I was using Aird from Castles and Crusades. That was my setting. So I didn't feel the need, and maybe you don't either. So there's no, that's the nice thing about GMing is you can use whatever rules you want and not use whatever rules you don't want to. So yeah, it sounds like a super cool setting, man, though. I like elves. I'm a dwarf guy. I love dwarves. So I was tempted to do a dwarf setting. I have some notes from a game from years past. I got heartburn. I'm getting my ass kicked here. I've only eaten. I only ate that brunch day. I haven't eaten anything else, and I'm having a Dr. Pepper blackberry because I'm a Castles and Crusades guy, and if you know, you know. Anything else about Daggerheart? Yeah, so for gear, yeah, don't sweat the gear, man. Give them what they need. Let them make what they want. That's a great opportunity for some role playing. A great opportunity for them to learn the skill system, and use their experiences. That was the part that my players had a hard time with. They forgot to use their experiences in combat, which you can do. So make sure that they can do that, but let them use those, especially if they have experiences that they can, they have to justify to you why that experience works and why they should be allowed to use it. And if you agree, they spend a hope and they get to add a +2 to their die roll, which can be awesome. So hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions, I'm more than happy to try and answer them. I really enjoyed it, though. I thought Daggerheart was great. I'm going to buy the books whether I'm running the game or not. But luckily, I am running a Wednesday night game, so I'm okay there. But yeah, I'm super excited to see what Hope and Fear, the book. I know most of what's going to be in it because they've announced it's going to be all the Void information. So the Brawler, the Witch, all the different ancestries and stuff. So I forgot what their transformations. So the vampire, the werewolf, the undead, the witch, or the ghost, and the zombie, and all that stuff. The undead. So I'm pretty excited to see all of that. Can't wait to see what happens there. But yeah, any other Daggerheart things that I can fill you in on, I'm more than happy to. Hopefully, you watched those videos and you got something out of them. Like I said, I enjoyed the game a lot. I thought Daggerheart was a really good game. I'm very impressed with it. I get why they didn't go with Daggerheart for season 4 of Critical Role, but I know that Matt Mercer is working on Umbra season 2, and I am so excited for that. I do have a Beacon membership, so I get to watch Critical Role pretty much. I can't stay up that late. My work day starts at 5 a.m. in the morning. And the good news is I'm off at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, but by 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, I am falling asleep. I'm only awake now because I had a really good nap. He's Batman? Oh, wait. Oh, I'm trying to read your message. I got confused. He's Batman. What? In some ways, I'm reminded of superhero games like Champions, where the power comes strictly from characters like Batman. Isn't Batman because he has a utility, but he has a utility. built because he's Batman. Yeah, exactly right. So, in my opinion, and all of this is strictly in my opinion, the great thing about Daggerheart is it's not rules heavy, right? It does have some formulative rules and it does have some strict rules, but they are there to facilitate the story. So, with that being said, the gear is there for you to use or not use. If your players, if they're Munchkin and they want all the cool loot and they want all the little gribblies, give it to them. I mean, there's a cost for everything, right? Perhaps one of the things, you can make an adventure out. They find a chest with a former adventurer's gear in it. The problem is one of the gears is evil, and maybe it starts, maybe at the end of every session, that player has to make, a roll, an instinct roll, and if he fails it or if he botches it, maybe the spirit or the presence or the mind of whatever that device is takes over and controls him. And everybody has cell phones now, so you can send that person a private message on his phone. We don't like a lot of technology at our table when we're gaming, but several of my players don't have the rule books like I do, so I give them the PDF and they put it on their phone or their tablet. I gave all of my players I have these spare tablets from my job, and I put my Mr. Mean sticker on there. This one is, I think, just needs to be set up. This probably doesn't have a charge on it anymore, but these tablets, they're old tablets, and some of them don't even hold a charge very well. Like this one is completely dead. But these tablets, what's great about them is they are USB Type C, so they're a little bit newer. But yeah, this one's completely dead. I don't use it, but every one of my players has one of these, and I give them the PDFs to whatever game we're playing so that they can access the internet and they can access their character sheet. We started using these in my Pathfinder 2nd edition game because everybody was using Path Builder, which was great. But you got to have access to your character and stuff, and you can roll dice from it. And this is powerful enough to roll dice. It's not super snazzy. These are old 7-inch Samsung tablets, but my work was going to throw these away. They were going to go in a recycle bin, and so I asked my boss, "What are we doing with these?" And he's like, "We're recycling." I said, "Well, what happens?" And he goes, "Well, we wipe the data and then we cancel they have a cellular contract, so these are cellular enabled, but." We throw the SIM card away and it's just a tablet. So I got permission to take them. So all of my players have one. And we use these for our games. And I put the PDFs on here. And so everybody has access. There's no excuse to not be prepared for the game when you come to the game. And believe it or not, I still have players that come to the game and aren't prepared. So it's the age-old battle with gamers, right? With your players. Some players are super into it. I think part of what hurts my game is we only play bi-weekly. So there's that attitude of, oh, I'll do it next week. I got time. I've got 2 weeks before the next session. But then as adults, everything gets away from us and you lose time. And next thing you know, it's game night and you're not prepared. I think if it was a weekly game, I think the excitement would be there to be better prepared. But I need, my wife needs time. I have a special needs child. So there's things I have to do with my family and spend time with my kid. So that's what I do. But other than that, any more questions, Chthonian? Hopefully I'm saying that right, Chthonian Musings. Does that answer everything? Does that give you some insight, I hope? Anybody else in the stream? There's 2 people in the stream, and they're not me. So I closed my channel, so mine's not going anymore. So if you're in the stream, I know one of them's Chthonian, say hi. What do you want to talk? We're going on an hour and 25 minutes. Awesome. I'm glad, man. I think I'm going to wrap it up here since nobody else wants to chat, which is totally cool. But thank you, Chthonian. It was a great conversation. I hope I answered. It sounds like I did answer your questions. Hopefully that's some good advice. If you have any other questions, feel free to join the Discord. We have a couple other members that are running and are playing Discord, playing Daggerheart. So, it's a cool Discord. If you're not on there, there's the link. Feel free to join. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. And I think we'll next Saturday is my my superhero game session 1. And then the following weekend it's Christmas, I believe. So yeah, we'll probably won't maybe a sit and chat. I'm not sure. But anyway, I hope everyone has a lovely night. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and participating in the chat. As always, peace and hair grease. And remember, Mr. Mean says, be nice. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.